Hello. Hopefully everyone is doing all right. We are here with, well, more Diablo 2. Yeah, we're going through Act 3 with the Amazon. We are probably going to do Act 4, maybe even Act 5 as well. We will probably be doing the usual amount. We're starting about 7 minutes early. It's fine. People will come in. And hi, Unicycle. How's it going? I just saw your message. And we've got ourselves a Dark Wanderer to kill while we're waiting for people to show up. For people to get here. For surprises to happen, I guess. Come on, spawn, Dark Boy. There you go. Dark Wanderer, die. And they all just get nuked immediately. Yeah, this is one nice thing about having the Saigon set. We actually do a decent amount of damage. Let's see. Make sure that the sound of the fan is not going through the actual microphone. It is a little bit, but it should be fine. So, what we are on the look for, the stream started and you thought the video on your phone had started playing? Oh. Sorry. How is it going, Richard? Hopefully well. But yeah, we're going through with the Saigon Amazon. And we will probably be upgrading from that as we get into the, later difficulties. It's fine. But today we've got to find ourselves eyes, brains, all kinds of nonsense, which is going to be not necessarily a good thing, but it'll be there. And there is our... Wow, we actually got that off the first one, finally. It's supposed to spawn off of your first one, but it doesn't always. So we'll just grab all the healing potions we can, grab a few more extra arrows that should top us off there. We do have a spare in here, so I'm not too worried about throwing it away. But hopefully everyone is doing well. That was a very strange noise. There are strange noises going on outside. The world is coming to an end. I don't know. But anyway. Hopefully everyone is doing well. Hey! Helping you through a dull workday. Hopefully it's not too dull. I do know how those go, though. Day just keeps getting... Oh! D2 traded from a G-Face to a... Oh, dang. Chains of Honor. Awesome. How's it going, Luke and Spencer? Hopefully you guys are doing okay this fine evening or morning, depending on where you are in the world. Hopefully we'll actually be able to get through at a relatively reasonable pace. I'm not going to be like rushing hardcore through this. I am going to be punching things in the face. Let's go ahead and back up, and we will just multi-shot through a few of those. That should actually do fairly decent. Pretty good. Just finished leveling your Javazon through hell and level 80. Okay, sweet. Now just to get gear. Yeah, sometimes the gear can be the harder part of builds. Leveling is not terribly difficult once you get used to actually, playing through the characters. So I think this is actually, this is Spider Cavern. I'm going to go ahead and hit the shrine, because why not? I could use it later to get rid of amp damage, but it's fine. Hey, Thanos, how's it going? Christopher. So yeah, for the most part, we don't really have much to worry about in normal because we do have those hand-me-downs. And we shouldn't really have too much to worry about later on either. We have the Bariza, which we can use for the multi-shot, which is why we're going multi-shot. And we have the javelins for, javelin stuff. We'll use it for charge strike, most likely. And we should probably consider bugging the mercenary, but can't be arsed. And yes, I know I'm going the wrong way. I could use the experience. You can see that we are a little bit under-leveled for where we're at. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I'm just seeing the numbers kind of creep on in. Yes, I can see you. I can smell you in chat. No, that's not what we do. We do not sniff chat. That is a dangerous thing on YouTube. Do not sniff chat. It's like the smell my finger of online communities. Half the time it's probably okay, but you don't want to risk it for that other half. So let's see. What is that one? That's just a refilling shrine. That's fine. This is not the golden chest. This is just a normal chest if I'm reading it correctly. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's just a normal chest. There's our golden chest on the other side. What does twinking mean? Twinking means passing equipment from a higher level character to a lower level character, basically. It's we are sort of twinking. We are finding everything solo as far as what we're using, but it's not solo to that character. Twinking just means you're just passing equipment on, so I guess, yes, we are technically twinked. Just not as twinked as some other people. And yes, I know we could probably either get the stuff or just straight up just trade for everything that we would ever want on any character, but freebasing chat. Oh, lordy. No. Only thing I freebase is caffeine. So just go ahead and beat the living tar out of all the little poison spinners. I'm actually surprised that they have not gotten us poisoned yet, which is a little bit odd. And I'm also always surprised that we have chests down in a spider den. But I think we are just reaction locking things, which is kind of sad. We're not really doing that much damage. We are using Arctic as our weapon. Okay, so that is minions. So that means that they are over there somewhere, which is gonna hurt like a truck. Oh yeah, he's right there. Extra strong cursed. If we can... we almost got you before you got us. It's fine, though. If we were actually, like, about 25, we wouldn't have to worry about too much. So let's grab that. Do we need more healing potions? Why, yes. Yes, we do. And we get ourselves the eyeballs. And the stats. I don't know how much we have left to go dexterity-wise to our next bow. Down here in the south during pollen season, we do freebase pollen. Yep. Allergies are a pain in the ass. Freebasing is basically consuming it at a pure state. So, yeah, pretty much. Okay, so let's see. Next bow upgrade we have is going to be the edge bow. We already have enough dexterity for that. We do need to start moving towards this eventually, but that's going to be a little bit... That's going to be nightmare difficulty before we start seeing that be a major thing. So we can get away with a little bit of vitality, which we're going to go ahead and do. We want to get up to an okay amount of life, I guess. Skill-wise, we already have everything we can get there. We don't want to start going down the javelin until nightmare, so we are going to go into the multi-shot. Yes, we are leveling up multi-shot to get at least a decent number of them coming out, because that will make the Bariza a whole lot better. So Mashif, give us the bird. Okay, yeah, we got the bird. And that is the word. Some homegrown. I personally do not understand why it's not legal everywhere. It's a little bit ridiculous. Come on, give me my potion. Thank you. 223 life. Oh yeah. So let's see. We got ourselves an eyeball. We got ourselves some extra arrows in case we need them. Not going to bother worrying too much about the stacks because we're going to be using mostly magic arrow in normal. Holy Fire Paladin Ranger has taken the bow world over. Look forward to tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say on that one. So let's go ahead and keep on trucking through the spider forest. Hopefully we get the Great Marsh skip. A shift gave us the bird. Well, yeah, he flipped that bird. Drink ancient ashes. Ugh. Ew. Gross. You don't know where not Mashifa. Wow. I just completely flaked on all of their names, but yeah. You don't know where their butts have been. But yeah, if you've been paying attention on the Discord, you know what's coming tomorrow. But basically, I have already recorded a particular paladin build for tomorrow. It's another expensive one, kind of like the sorceress one. So those of you that don't like the expensive ones, I'm sorry. We will do some more budget ones. It's okay. It's in the same category as that in the USA because it allowed them to arrest a certain ethnicity of people a lot easier. Kuile! Yeah, Kuile's ash is not the one I was thinking of. You don't know where his has been either, though. So let's see. 1 to 5 lightning damage, not worth it. You love costly? Well, not everyone loves costly. It's just one of those builds that most people are not going to do, but I find it fun to horse around with every now and then. And yes, there is a melee variant of it as well. We didn't cover it in the video because, well, you can only cover so much in a video before it becomes, basically YouTube hates. Because the way YouTube works is if you don't have people staying on platform to continue watching stuff, is they'll generally drop the number of recommendations for a video. So you have to play YouTube's game. So keep the videos short and to the point and actually, you know, useful at the same time is kind of a hard balancing act. You love horsing. Oh no. Well, basketball, I guess. That could be a form of horse. Shooting your shots. And yeah, we will be doing a little bit more multi-shot as we start getting more points into it. It'll become a lot more useful. And as we start getting like mana leech and stuff, we'll be a lot happier. Goodness gracious. Wow, that was one hell of a kick there, Amazon. As you can see, we do tend to chunk things down. I would use the socket quest to actually make Saigons even better by throwing some tier runes in it, but that seems like a waste. Skill points for infinite magic arrows. It's skill points. I mean, we're not going to be too tight on skill points anyway, so I figured I'd go ahead and go for it. We're not respecking with this, so we kind of have to stick with it. And it's also nice because we're going to be going hybrid Amazon, that we don't have to rely on arrows all the time. We will be using them from time to time, but we don't have to rely on them constantly. And we can survive just fine without them too. So I think this is probably just the waypoint, if I had to guess. And we could play with the controller. It'd actually probably be easier, honestly. And I do still have the controller plugged in. I just don't have it active right now. Let's see. Go ahead and throw that. Let's see. The ad bot prices are hilarious on Legacy. Regular price $199. Sale for $399 full character builds. Dang. Well, I keep getting offers for advertising those things. I'm like, acknowledge me, senpai. No. I don't. My personal philosophy on it is if you want to use services like that, more power to you. But it's against terms of service, and I personally do not have a desire to use those. That takes all the fun out of the game, in my opinion. I like doing my little puzzles and using what I find and all that fun stuff. I don't see the point in buying things, so I can't promote it. Especially since it would basically tank the channel. Yes, this in a comment, but how do you keep yourself occupied in the post-game? You don't see a point on carrying on past killing Bale in Hell? Well, you can do the Ubers and stuff like that. For me, generally what I do is this, which is go through using pretty much just what you find to try and make various kind of like progress through the story. It's kind of like doing a puzzle each time you play through because you get different things each and every time, and it's not really super predictable. There are some like RNG smoothing things you can do, such as rune words and stuff like that, or crafting, and it can help out a bit, but it's still not guaranteed or anything like that. I find that enjoyable, and I also find doing weird builds enjoyable. Not necessarily like, oh, this one's going to be like a punch barbarian, but things that are more along the lines of, do you use this skill as your primary skill kind of stuff and see if you can beat the game with it. And sometimes you can with the right gear. How long are you running tonight? Probably going to be about 3 or 4 hours. It's same as usual. We're going to definitely get through Act 3, probably get through Act 4, maybe get through Act 5. I'm not certain we'll get through Act 5. By the way, how's it going, handsome devil? Let's see. I have a feeling this is... this would still be Spider Forest. Geez. This one's going to be Great Marsh. I can already tell you by the drowned carcasses. So we're going to look around for the skip. And if you're wondering, yes, it is Great Marsh. These guys only spawn in Great Marsh. Let's see. You're still struggling to help because all the elemental immunities. Blizz Source stonewalled by the first zombies. Traps and stopped by lightning immune. Archer spawn. And your Frenzy Barb isn't taking enough. The Assassin, get a lower resist wand from merchants and you should be fine. That or use kicks to get some crushing blow in there. As far as the Blizzard Sorceress, that's for farming. It's not for progressing through the story. I am very annoyed that people keep pushing it as like the go-to build. It's not the go-to build. You want dual elemental for going through the story. It does not matter what 2 elementals. You just do 2 elementals. Yet a lot of creators are just like ignoring that reality because they have teams to push them through. And it's like frustrating as sin. So we're going to go this way, and hopefully this will actually go over into Flayer Jungle, and we'll have a nice little skip here. Ubers, or you love loot to trade, then you might respec into something like a bear source later. Bear sources are fun. Tesla bear sources are a lot of fun too. So this is probably just a dead end. But if it goes through the other side, that'll at least be a partial skip to Great Marsh. I don't think it'll be a full skip. Let's see. Is there a pathway there? Nope. But there is one here, which is probably going to lead us into Great Marsh as well. Fine, we'll go through Great Marsh. You get... And as far as the Frenzy... Frenzy is just... You just got to have that leech and durability. It's kind of hard to do early on whenever you're not super experienced with them, but after a while you do get used to it. Assassin Puncher's nice. Okay, get mad at endgame paradox. Spend all day farming for the best items. Only use those items to farm. Yeah, I mean, I have done my fair share of farming. I did enough farming so I could do all the weird builds I like, but generally speaking, my goal is never Ubers. It's never farming X, Y, or Z. It's literally, can this build be fun for going through different areas in the game? Yes, fine, I'll do it. I'll get some cool item bases for some even weirder builds, like Ethereal Archon staves, whatever you want to call them. Archon sticks. Hey, Andre, how's it going? And hi, Luke. Yeah, a life tap wand would be nice for the barb. And we're just going to stand over here and pick away at these guys. Spartan, use static field in your merc will kill the immunes to colds. That works okay. It's a little bit irritating, especially whenever you're dealing with large packs of them, because your mercenary is going to be kind of overwhelmed with that situation. Love yelling at people all day and then turning around listening to homeowners complain about the dumbest things. People in general complain about the dumbest things. I was actually having this conversation earlier with somebody else. RTFM is a phrase that has been lost on most of humanity. Archon shticks for beating things. Wow, this thing is... nope, not damn it. I was scratching an itch, and this thing was just being a dick. And yeah. We could have actually healed him at the well, too. And that's the most irritating of the group, so we'll revive him. It's fine. And I kind of am tempted to make myself a hit power glove just to like make that a little bit easier, but... Is there another one there? Nope. Okay. Okay, let's go resurrect Dingus real quick. You respect into Orb Wall, and it does better, but still slow going. Got lucky and found Kuko, so just pin down the countess with telekinesis and use Kuko. Kuko's fun. Kuko Shikaku is a lot of fun. Orb Wall, I get why people like it. I personally don't. But that is definitely more of a personal preference thing. Emilio will be fine. He just wanted his pension. What do you need? There you go, Emilio. Welcome back. But, yeah. I don't like having dual delay skills. It kind of frustrates me. Because I feel like half the time I'm standing around just waiting. Or trying to get into position. It's like, eh. If he didn't have the AI of a doorknob, he wouldn't have died. If I would go bug him, he'd be fine too, but I'm not in a huge rush to do that. We are level 20 now. We started at 19, but it's once we hit 25, we'll start leveling a lot quicker. So am I going to bother getting the Great March waypoint? Probably not. And yeah, that ghost thing, ghosts are generally just a pain in the butt. Ghostly, not your best friend. But yeah, we're mostly just trying to get through Great March to the Flayer jungle, and hopefully it will be on the other end of this. I don't think it didn't look like we had a skip. But it's fine either way. Our potato sack mercenary he'll be fine. He's using garbage, but he'll be fine. And once we get to Bariza, which is level 41, we'll be just kind of pretty much set through hell. So let's see. This might be... I'm just glad we didn't get Gloams in here. Gloams suck ass. That said, we do have like 35% lightning resist, so in normal, that's fine. Your poor Emilio alternates between suiciding into crowds and just melting whenever a small group of projectile enemies show up. Yeah, he doesn't do well with projectiles. That's one advantage of the Act 1 mercenary. I actually do like the Act 1 mercenary. I just wish that she was a little bit more viable in more situations. Whereas the Act 2 mercenary is just like, I am always useful. Choose me. I can't think of a build where the Act 2 mercenary isn't at least useful. He may not be the best option, but he's always at least somewhat useful. And that's going to go there. We'll burn through the little ones first. Stay a while and listen while you play? Well, welcome for the lurking. Hopefully you find some good things. Do I have my Bariza socketed? No. Do I plan on socketing it? Probably not. If I do, I'm going to put a Neff into it. I know that's not the optimal thing, but I like knockback. I could also get knockback on gloves and put a shale into it, but don't really need that. I don't plan on using Bariza for like all eternity. It's kind of one of those, it's a really good bow, but there are better situations. Act 3 mercenaries are useless unless you're willing to invest your firstborn in making them useful. They're not particularly... I'm trying to think of a nice way to put it. They're not completely useless. I mean, if we got one right now, it'd actually be a little bit better than our current mercenary. But you have to spend so much to make them useful late game, it's not worth getting attached. Funny thing is that you respect the Zookeeper Druid into a Wind Druid to get into Hell difficulty, but named him Sun Zookeeper. Oh, yeah. I need to do a video on how to make the Druid Summoner actually do damage. I mean, it's not good. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not going to be good. But it's there. They do not swing the swords. Memory serves at one point they did, but I think that was like a long time ago. But I could be wrong. They do the animation, but I've never seen them trigger an on-hit effect. So that kind of would point to them not. Bariza was one of the first things you found in D2R. It's not a bad thing to find. Honestly, I know it's going to sound kind of contradictory. I'd rather have a weaker bow. I'd rather actually have the Langrizer, or however it's pronounced. Langrizer? The Magic Find Bow. You guys, I think you guys know which one I'm talking about. I actually used to use that a lot. Little guys, get off my ankles. Let's see. What kind of Amazon am I running with? We're going to be doing bow through normal, And we're not respecking, so we're going to be doing bow and normal, then we're going to go hybrid in Nightmare and Hell. We're going to be Javazon / magic arrow, multi-shot. You make the druid summoner do damage by deleting him and replacing him with a necromancer summoner. Harsh, but true. The necromancer summoner does do a ton more damage. And uses kind of similar things, and if he used the exact same things, he'd be a lot stronger. Yay, we found Flayer Jungle. Sweet, and we're about to level up again. One nice thing about this character. Let's see. Building a summon, Necro, 1 Golem, Mastery, Resist Max, Raise Skelly, 8 away from Scaling Mastery, which curse is better for CE, Amp, or Amplify. Straight up, Amp. And higher corpse explosion levels only increase the radius. Remember that. So once the radius is enough for you, don't bother raising it beyond that. I generally just put 1 point in corpse explosion and spend all the rest of my points into making sure that my minions are there and strong enough. Because usually you can pretty easily get +5 all skills on Necromancer relatively early. So you don't have to worry about it too much. You actually got a demon machine the other day. Depends on which demon machine you're talking about. The unique demon machine, yes. The demon machine elite bow, if you put the right things in it, I guess. Let's go ahead and get this going. I'm sorry, I'm getting slightly distracted by enemies real quick. And there is a shaman in there. Yeah, there he is. I'd kind of like rather get the waypoint first. But I don't think we're going to. I think we're getting the village here. Okay, get all that. Do I need healing potions? I'll throw one on him. And why is there a hair sticking out of my keyboard? That is very weird. Yeah, the unique is... Let's see... He still has a Grizzly just from personal preference. You've always been partial to Grizzly because its tankiness. Yeah, Grizzlies are... Even a 1-point Grizzly is good enough for Hell. I'm getting distracted and reading chat more than actually looking at my character. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more dexterity. We're going to need both eventually. Yeah, we'll do this real quick. Hi, it's going to spawn over here probably. There he is. Okay, let's read the chat real quick. He has a Grizzly from personal preference. You've always been partial to Grizzly because tankiness carried you whenever you were clueless. It's still tanky now. And something about Lawbringer. How good it is on a shapeshift druid. Yeah, Lawbringer is just a good sword in general. It's basically a Reaper's Toll for Act 5 mercenaries. But it's still fairly decent. And I have a feeling that goes back into the Spider Forest and we didn't have to go through Great Marsh. Oh, you found the... oh, crap. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Not Hellclap, is it? Is it Hellclap? There's a crossbow with hell in its name that is not what we're thinking of. And then there is a crossbow... And then there's a normal bow that has +2 skills. I think it's Hellclap. But yeah, it's kind of fun. You can actually do Fire Arrow with it on an Amazon for pretty decent effect. It can be okay on a bow source early on. Have they fixed Magic Arrow in Resurrected? Attack rating bonus doesn't actually work. I still think it doesn't actually work. It feels the same as in original LOD. Whether it is actually that way, I haven't tested it enough to be sure, but it feels the same. It feels like it hits about the same as what we'd expect. Hellcast, there we go. You didn't get the cap, you got the cast. Clap, you got the cast. There we go. Wow. The words, they come out of my face at a very slow pace. So let's see. Murder all of them. Let's see. Hell Rack, I think, is the crossbow one I was thinking of. Neither of them is, like, amazing, but, I mean, they are good for what they are. They are far from the worst bows you will come across. And I probably should have put up a town portal scroll closer to that, because I'm going to have to go back there anyway. That's going to be as close as we have. Oh, the old school guided arrow that would pierce and knock things back? Yeah, that was a very powerful build. I missed that build. I need mana? No, you don't. You just need to shoot more things. And yeah, the multi-shot is semi-useful still. And we do have a mana leech to help out a little bit. You can't stand bow, Amazon. It's just so weak later compared to most. Depends on what you got. Compared to, like, for crowd control, yeah, the Javazon just wins out. For bosses, if you're wanting to stay out of range or you don't have, like, really good resist stuff, I'd actually prefer the Bowazon. But if you have good enough resist, then yeah, you have charge strike. But the Faith Strafer is actually really strong and really dangerous. Am I going to craft hit power gloves? Maybe. I'm kind of on the fence about it because I would rather have increased attack speed, but I don't necessarily need it. And knockback would be nice if I was using just strictly bow. It becomes less useful the more I get into Nightmare in Hell because I'm going hybrid.
I need mana.
Just murder everything, please. Thank you. We actually ran out of stamina there. That's kind of sad. So this might be the waypoint. Please let this... Yay, it's the waypoint. Nice. Prefer the Bowazon over Java at bosses. No. I prefer it whenever I have bad resists at bosses. You gotta listen to the whole sentence. This hybrid setup is... It's going to be multi-shot and charge strike. And lightning strike. But you gotta... Bow is better if you have really crap resists. Because Lightning Fury does absolute shit versus bosses. It's god-awful. But, it's actually... Let's see, do I actually want to use that? Yeah, it's going to be better than that. Let's see, Physical Bowazon only works with max dexterity. No, it doesn't. The max dexterity doesn't actually add that much. Especially if you have the right gear for it. Because you're going to be running Fortitude and a Faith Bow, which means that you are not going to be really feeling that extra dexterity. You're going to have Vitality instead. You have a Glass Cannon Bowazon that keeps things spicy. One shot from anything pretty much kills you. Negative resistance across the board. Ouch! Charge Strike ain't better than max charged up Assassin. I haven't. It depends on what kind of assassin you're talking about. Still having trouble conceptualizing your bow and jab plan? Feel like you might get to a point in hell where your life becomes quite challenging? It shouldn't be. Because we're going to be using... This is going to be our bow, which we're going to be using for multi-shot, which is our room sweeper. And then we're going to use this with charge strike to actually take down bosses and stuff like that. I mean, I've beaten hell with these starter javelins, so... I think having a better javelin might give us a better chance. Okay, so trade. Is this going to be worth selling? Yep. Let's see. So you're in a situation with your Javazon where you can't progress because you don't have Infinity. You don't need Infinity. Use lower resist wand. Need another skill to help out with lightning immunes. If you're pure javelins, jab is going to be your main thing, and then you're going to be using... I don't know what Kelvin you're talking to, Kelvin. I don't think there's another Kelvin here. I don't see another Kelvin. Unless we have live chat that I'm missing or something. Plus 20 martial arts skill for the win. No contest. What skill would you recommend for a two-handed spears on? For a two-handed spears on? I still need to do my Fend video. It feels a little bit better, but I still don't recommend it. Probably Lightning Strike and Charge Strike. Lightning Strike for crowds, Charge Strike for melee. What is a good javelin? T-stroke is decent. Pretty much all the unique Amazon javelins are good. Jab equals not doing anything. Depends on which javelins you got. But yeah, jab just gets you started. Anyway, back to Flayer Jungle. We got the waypoint, right? Yeah. So let's go ahead and go through. If I do need to do a Fend video, I'm just trying to decide on what kind of setup I want to show it off on. It's still better with a shield and javelin than it is with an actual spear, which kind of disappoints me. But it feels better than it did in vanilla. So, I mean, that is a plus. But yeah, the javelin you start with is actually not a bad thing because it's 1 gold to repair. I 100% used that a little bit longer than I should 90% of the time. It's just level 5 jab and your run of the +2 skiller jabs. I mean, usually by the time you get to hell, you'll have found at least a decent rare or something like that. Let's see. I'm just hoping we don't get the undead boys, because they could get a little bit irritating. But I think we can just get through. Oh, we got in undead boys. Hi. Just praying and praying into the dark. Let's go ahead and duck down here. I'll catch up to chat in just a second. Ow! Mercenary, please do your thing. Which is absorbing all the damage these guys do. Let's see. How exactly was the old Fend bugged? Basically, the way Fend worked is... Oh, ouch! I need to actually pay semi-attention here. Let's see. I'm going to need to duck through there real quick. And, oh, more of you. Hey, mercenary, stop humping walls and go kill these guys. Good job. For new players, I would say, yeah, probably want to skip the bow. You can. There's plenty of starter builds that use the bow. But for new players, I would generally avoid the bow. Yeah, basically in the original version, Fend, if your character dodged or evaded or any of the Amazon passive skills, these right here, if you used any of those, every hit after that would miss. So just a second dealing with that. No, I'm not gonna use respecs on this character. I'm gonna go bow in normal, and then I'm gonna switch over to hybrid in Nightmare in Hell. Bow will help us deal with some immunities, but it's not going to be like the answer to everything. The fact that we have Bariza is what's going to be the answer to everything. I was hoping they would get the message in that I wasn't acknowledging their nonsense, but they did not, so they acknowledged it in a timeout that I may or may not remove later. So let's see. But yeah, for new players, I would say skip the bow. Bow's a bit more complicated. Javelins are just straightforward stab stuff. He likes his berries so much he became a dingle. Let's go ahead and just shoot everything. Chat is not so fast moving that I can't actually take a moment to stop and deal with stuff like that. So, ouch, you bastards. It hurts. Okay, let's see. Do I need... yeah, we'll go ahead and get better healing potion at least. So the question is, which direction is the right direction? Hi, big guys. Either direction is going to be XP, though, so I think we're fine. Yeah, we get them every now and then. There's some people get butthurt over the weirdest things, too. So we've gotten a few people who just get angry about everything. Oh, mercenary, why are you such an idiot? God damn it. Well, we are trapped in here now. Oh, lovely. That was a teleport that I didn't need. Hey, we got sparking mail. Sweet. And you get to die. I shoved healing potions in his face. It didn't do anything. He took them and didn't drink them. And we will take the mana potions, of course. Do we not have another mana potion? No, but we do have a healing potion. There's another mana potion. So let's go ahead and go revive him. Yeah, bows. The thing that is the big problem with bows is that unless you have one lined up, once you get to Nightmare and Hell difficulty, they're not going to keep up in damage. You have to go elemental bow or just hope. Yeah, Javazons are able to punch stuff pretty hard. Like, really freaking hard. Because they're not equipment dependent. They are basically casters that focus through a stabby bit.
Good evening.
He only wants the grape juice. Yeah. I will eventually have to switch over to full rejuves to keep him alive. Do I want to bother using that on him? I don't really. But I do want to see what it looks like on me. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh yeah, I have it disabled. Options, controls. Discard the changes. I don't know what changes it was trying to do there, but I don't need that. Zoom. Save custom. Yes. Apply. Do we look cool in that? Sort of. I still think we look better like this with just like the solid white armor. We will eventually do starter builds for bows and stuff like that too. I just wanted to get Javazons out of the way first because, well, they are a little bit more reliable, especially for new players. So let's go ahead and throw the Neff over here. We don't get anything new. And we go back down. Yeah, this is Act 3. Basically, we're just going through and cleaning up all the body parts that have been strewn about. Why they've been strewn about? Well, because MacGuffins. We are eating ourselves a lot of MacGuffin muffins. Yeah, the Saigon set actually looks good on most characters. Looks a little weird on the Necro. But other than that, I'm usually pretty happy with it. Hi, guys. How you doing? Just don't go hugging things, Mercenary, and you'll be fine. Oh, yeah. We are most of the Saigon set. We don't have the shield on us. I could transfer it over for the javelin half, though. You like the look of the chainmail better, but yeah, well, there are other chainmails that do look a little bit better than that, in my opinion, but chainmail is not an ugly armor on pretty much any of the characters, really. There are some, like, quirks that you might not like, but like the color of some characters' pants. Other than that, usually it's not too ugly. Some of the light armors look a little crap, and I think most of the plate armors, or even chain and up, generally look halfway decent with their aesthetic, at least. Get rid of you. I do like that our magic arrow pretty much just one-shots a lot of these things. And yeah, we do want the set bonus regardless. Screams Valkyrie. Yeah, I can see that. Of course, I've also had, like, the solid red Valkyries, too. Which is a thing. In we go. To the northwest corner of hell. Okay. So he should be, yeah, he's in there. Let me kill his little friends first. There you are. You may be magic resistant, but you're not this kind of magic resistant. And there's the little one. Ouch. Nothing great from that. I don't need bolts. I need brains. So we've got the brains, we've got the eye, we need the heart and the flail. You dig the armored battle skirt on her, reminds you of Roman Centurion. Yeah, the, oh, I forget the term for them. There's actually a name for, if we zoom back in. Oh, wait, we don't have that kind on. There's a name for these little parts of the skirt as well. I just forget what they are. They actually have a proper term. I remember having that argument, though. Higher strength rec than... yeah, I like the look of studded leather on a lot of characters. That's one reason why I have a fortitude in studded leather. I mean, in... no. Yeah, in wire fleece.
Hello.
I think is the right one. The elite studded, whatever it is. But, yeah, I have it in that because I prefer the look of it. Oh, we have it right here. Yeah, wire fleece. Like the look of the Archon plate and the pallies. Looks so medieval and Crusader area. No, it's wire fleece. Yeah, it's 111 strength for it. We have fortitude in it. We're probably going to be using it on the actual character. So Mercenary is going to be stuck with the trash tier armor for, like, ever. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's wire fleece. I forgot we had it on us because I was transferring it over to her. I think it starts with a P, actually. But I could be wrong. It's been several sleeps since I had that debate. And that killed a few of them. I am trying to get extra levels here as well. It's one reason why I'm fighting a lot more than I probably should. Normally, if I was just in a hurry to get through the act, I would just run past most of this garbage. But, like I said, I want some levels. I want to be like 30-ish by the time I get to, not Mephisto, Diablo. Petruges, or Truges. I can never pronounce anything Latin. Which is sad because I actually did take a Latin course in college. I did very poorly in it. But I don't do well with language courses. Because they ask you to remember hamburger, and it's like, no, I did not. Edge is a great rune word for early game. Yep. We are about 4 levels away from it. We actually have an edge. Make a treachery for him. I don't have a lem. I have a... I could make a bone for him. That's about it. It's not the only useful rune word I could make for him, and that's not good for him. Why am I not going elemental arrows? Because we're gonna go hybrid. And that would be further diving off into the other points. And also, we're going to be going Bariza, which generally is going to be a little bit better with the multi-shot than necessarily the elemental arrows. Hamburger in Latin? I don't remember. I don't actually think there's a proper term for that. But basically, I don't do well with rote memorization. I do better with application, if that makes sense. I learn by doing rather than just repeating things, and that's one of the problems with a lot of language education in the United States is they want you to memorize things. Rather than, you know, actually learning the language and how to use it regularly. It's just memorizing, not even grammar, just terms. Direct translations. What are you doing, mercenary? We walked literally by you. In the bayou. Give him the bone. And also, I'm just going magic arrows because I feel like going magic arrows. Magic arrows are such a lovely little thing. So invest the rest of your points into jet. You don't have to invest points into it. It's just you use it. And you can also just literally avoid most of the lightning things or use a lower resist wand. Lower resist wands can be bought in normal difficulty onwards, so you can memorize all these D2 rune words and builds and stuff, just transfer over those same. I don't memorize these. I memorize like how the things interact. I don't memorize the terms. Like bone, I only memorize because I have made it a crap ton of times. Whereas if you're asking me to remember like King's Grace or something like that, I have to look at my notes. Yep, that is pretty much spot on, Spencer. And that is one of the more frustrating things. So let's go ahead and get that. We're going to go for... We're going to get more points into multi-shot. We're going to get this up to about 10 arrows. Lower res, charge strike. Yeah, that's a little bit closer to what I'm talking about. Oh, it's negative damage on it? Yeah, it goes positive after a while, but... I assumed you had plus skills. I made an assumption, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and drink the mana potions. I have no idea where the mercenary is. I think he's still stuck in the river. Like a freaking imbecile. Get your mite ass away from me. Whenever we find the waypoint, we'll use it. Oh, and we got a bonfire like right through the gate. Might as well pop it. It's not going to have anything good in it because this is normal difficulty, but, I mean... Could be worse. Chip topazes all over the place. We could use those to condense the thulls. Don't really want to, though. But yeah, lower resist wand will help out a good deal. And if you're having real trouble with things, travel with a pack of people, I guess. Yeah, physical boson's a little bit rough around the edges if you don't have good gear. You can do okay with it, but it's not going to be competitive with like all the other Amazon options until you get that good gear. Let's see. Where is our waypoint? I need it to get my mercenary unfucked. Oh, lordy. Yeah, I'm just going to run from the one little thing that's chasing me. There's our waypoint. I need this to get unstuck, you dumbass. Chip topazes get all coy with dropping since you have a dozen thulls. Yeah, they be hiding from you.
Yes.
Let's see. Do we need any scrolls? No. We're doing all right, Dustin. How's it going? For a second there, I misread your name as Semples, and I was like, wait a minute. Let me get a new vantage point from that one. Most of you probably don't get that one, and I apologize. It's an art thing. It's Vanta Black. There's a whole story about it. But let's go ahead, go Lower Crest. Oh, you can stab them from there, but you can't stab the snakes in the water. Fine. It's okay. You're fine. Yeah, we're doing okay damage for our level. It's not a big deal. Level 22. But hopefully things are going well for you. Hey, Samuel, how's it going? Let's go ahead and knock out our hollow logs. Only thing I don't like about Vanta Black is that someone literally owns the rights to use it and controls it like that, and he's a bit of a dick about it. That's why Black 2.0 and 3.0 exist. While I like the builds that get power from their equipment, I can't always recommend building them unless you have that equipment already. Because going through focusing just on that can lead you into some rough situations. Because you'll be like halfway through hell and still using a nightmare quality bow and be really hating your life for a while. This is BattleNet. We've been having some weird ping spikes tonight, though. I need a little bit more Mana Leech. I might actually switch over to using the, who's your whatchamacallit? Mantled Heal instead of our Life Leech Ring. But it gives us resists. Yeah. Black 2.0 and 3.0 are almost as dark. So I will generally prefer the look of those. There it is. I was like, I see a well on the map. I don't see a well in where I'm walking. Okay, so we're probably going to have Explodey Boys down here, so I need to pay a little bit of attention. You have Critical Strike. Do you still need Deadly Strike? Only one can apply at a time. But if you don't have 100% of one, it is nice to have a little bit of both. I usually just aim for getting enough that I feel content with it, which is about 50% total. But, oh, Explodey Boys, no! No! Just say no to exploding skeletons. The hell is our... Wow. We got an entire flat side. When in doubt, you just go for resist mana you can put up with just topping off with pots. That's fine. How has my day been? Finished up tomorrow's recording and already edited it and uploaded it. It will go live at the usual time. Working on Fridays now after this. Oh, let's see. Maybe I should do a stream of how I do the... Because the footage you see in the background of the build videos, at least the endgame ones, are from me testing them. So, when in doubt, you just go for resist. Okay, let's see. You actually started leveling Martial Arts Assassin like we talked about the other night. It's a lot easier than you thought. Yeah, it's not the worst build ever. It's just, I think it's going to be a lot easier with controller than it is with mouse and keyboard. Because flipping skills is a pain in the ass. Wish you could have a level 50 Holy Shock. With enough plus skills and the right gear, you might be able to. You'd actually really have to plan around it, though. I'm trying to think. That's 3, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then 18, 21 plus 9 would be 30. Yeah, you can get it to 50. You'd have to build everything specifically for it, but you could get up to 50 Holy Shock. It would be a +3 Scepter with +3 to Holy Shock on it. It would be a +3 Circlet, +3 Amulet, which is tree specific, so you'd only have it on offensive auras. You'd have to get a Spirit Shield for +2, or I'm trying to think if there's another shield you could use for it, but that's a Spirit just is the first one that comes to mind. Then you have Arachnid's Mesh, you have 2 +1 rings, and then you have Annie and a Torch, and then you have 9 +1 charms. So, speaking of controllers, joystick, which do you prefer? Xbox type or the PlayStation layout? I prefer PlayStation because Xbox, the joystick position on it causes my thumb to cramp. Your Bozon is coming along nicely too. Got a great gear waiting in Nightmare. Sweet. We're gonna see ours and ow, Jesus, no! Deal with him. There you go. Good job. You got a +3 shield. Yeah, you could do you could get a +3 shield because they can spawn with. I'm forgetting the actual name of it. They can spawn with trees specific for paladins. So it'd actually be 51 as the cap. And these little stamina boys can kiss him a booty. Kiss him a jibooty. There you go. Best in slot boots for a martial arts assassin? Generally, I'm not too worried about the boots, believe it or not. And it also depends on what you're kind of building for. I actually prefer Crushing Blow on my Kixins, but not everybody's doing kicks for their martial arts. So, I mean, there's of course the Myrmidon Greaves, which give some boost, and they're going to have the highest kick damage. But usually you're not really relying on the kick damage per se, so much as just the things you carry along with the kicks. There's a few boots with Crushing Blow. There's Gore Riders and there is Goblin Toe. Gore Riders has a lower Crushing Blow, but it adds Bleed and Deadly Strike, which is just basically a double damage hit. So it can be a little bit more useful if it does proc. Let's go ahead and grab those. Slowly getting our resist even higher because our charms are coming into play. I think the latest one we see is 39. You went, well, Kixin is just a way to deliver it. This is the hell mod for Skyrim. Foos row, damn it. But yeah, I use Dragon Talon like a crazy person. It's one of my favorite melee skills in the game. It's basically Assassin Zeal. So let's go ahead and find ourselves the tome that we want for 5 extra stat points. Do we bother getting it in hell difficulty? I don't know yet. Depends on how we're feeling. A lot of times I don't actually bother getting it in hell difficulty because, frankly, the ambush is a pain in the ass. But whenever we do our martial arts assassin with the controller, which is what was requested, and I actually think it sounds like an interesting idea and it should probably help it, we will probably be going elemental focused. Probably Phoenix Strike. Maybe a second element as well. Die, you fool. Probably the lightning one. At a remote chance, we might do the cold one instead. There's a stab there. Do I need the Grand Scepter? No. Yeah, the Shadow one is pretty nice. Let's see. Actually, just got a question on Discord about what the good solo character for Hell. Pretty much every class has one. I would say that probably... I would say the easiest one to get through Hell with is still going to be the Assassin. Just go with kicks and traps, and you're fine. Yeah, fire skills in general are amazing in normal. I'm trying to think, are we going to actually have no respecs at all? The only respec that we've done, I think, is the Druid. Okay, we are in the right area for this. It's facing south. Oh, it could be this right over here. It's got to be facing southwest to be the right temple. Nope, that's not it. But see, we know that one's not it because it's facing the wrong direction. Yeah. Head Striker or Butcher's People are nice. Grief is nice. Grief is like best in slot usually for a Zealot. Crescent Moon is fairly decent. Lawbringer is good. There's a few options for a Zealot Paladin. Generally, whenever I'm thinking budget, I'm thinking things people are going to reliably find themselves, which kind of knocks most of the uniques off the list and leans me more towards crafting and the rune words. They're just ignoring Mercenary, aren't they? I think we might have bugged him on accident. Haha. There you go. Die, you fool. And did we use a mana potion? Yeah, we did. Okay. Couldn't remember if we did or not. Let's see. Did they change the Ruined Temple? You feel like you remember it would be random among the side temples in the Bazaar, Upper, and Causeway? Nope, it's always been in Bazaar, and it's always faced southwest. It's always been this layout right here. Now, in the early days, a lot of people didn't know that, but that's just how it generates. It will always be facing that direction. The other one varies what it is. The only one that's like constant is the... Okay, so we have it up there, so it's down here. But yeah, the only one that's constant is the Ruined Temple. The rest can be facing any direction whatsoever. And also, they have different levels in Hell, which is kind of a bit weird. Mercenary is just not doing anything today. He's getting stuck everywhere is what he's doing. We're going to be going physical, well, sort of, or Bariza, as physical as Bariza can be for the bow side, and we're going to be going with the lightning on the javelin side. We are not doing Fend. Yes, they have improved Fend, but they haven't made it good. It feels better than it did. So it feels like a little bit more viable, just not good. If that makes sense. I understood what you meant. And as long as the message gets across, the language was effective. Generally, typos I can read through. It's usually things more like, ooh, we've got champions. And unfortunately, one of them is one that likes killing a mercenary. Which is the Ghostly. Okay, we got him. Let's get that. That, and we should be good to toss that down there, just so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, if you have any questions about, like, why we're doing that, it's fine to ask. But it's mostly just going to be because that's what I felt like doing on this character. And Breeza generally isn't going to have nearly the same amount of problems with physical immunes as other bows, because it does some elemental damage. That, and we're going to be using Magic Arrow with it as well, which works fairly well with it. But ever since they nerfed Guided Arrow, there's not a whole lot you can do with it besides just multi-shot and stuff like that. Traps is easier to get through the game with. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Is our martial arts better? Probably. Yeah, with a controller, I would actually wager they are. But do I think they're necessarily good? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, Mercenary is 100% bugged, because these guys are just straight up ignoring him as they are charging at him. But traps are generally going to be easier because you don't have to get right up in everything's face. Whereas with martial arts, you have to do your charge up, which means you're in their face while you're only doing suboptimal damage, and then you're doing a big burst. And it's not a big enough burst to really justify it, usually. I mean, it does okay damage. It's not bad. It's just Sorceress does about that much damage every single time. Why was it nerfed? I have no idea, but basically it used to be Guided Arrow would actually pierce. So you could actually get knockback and stuff like that, or get 100% pierced like what's on Buriza, and just have it juggle somebody. I think it was nerfed mostly because of PvP, but I kind of wish they would have made it so pierce didn't work on players, but it would continue to work on normal enemies. Okay, so we got through them. Ooh, you're an actual boss. Nice. And we do need to take a little bit careful here because these guys will wreck my crap. So, let's see. Mana potion, yes. Let's see. Can we spot them? And these are spawning really weird lately. Like, they're spawning in the concrete and stuff. It's a little bit strange. You wish they would make it so that if you don't aim a trap on controller, it would drop the trap at Assassin's Feet. That would actually be kind of nice. I kind of wish it would drop the trap at Assassin's Feet, period. But I highly doubt they'll ever do that. So there's one down. I'm fine with these. They don't hurt that much. I have fairly good fire resist. That guy's gonna suck a little bit if he gets a hit on us. Hi. Yeah, because he amp damages us. There's the flail.
I can't.
You can't? Oh, because we still have the book on us. That's fine. Let's see. So why isn't it just called Magic Arrow number 2 or 2.0? Because it does pure physical damage. Can a druid use Buriza, then turn into wolf and attack like that? Yes. And that was actually a build for a while. It's not necessarily the best build, but it's a build. There's still a few bow druids as well that transform and use it that way. There's not really a bow druid that uses it in normal cases. So let's go ahead and just keep drinking potions. This guy's gonna burst and it's gonna suck just a little bit, but I think we'll be fine. We're in dodge lock. Oh, no, 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 no. Stop healing each other and stop lagging. Yeah, we're lagging because I'm getting attacked at a range by melee attacks. There is desync definitely happening at times. Like, see, they're supposed to be right up next to you whenever they do that stuff, but Oh no, a Hydra, whatever will I do? There you go.
Reign is renewed.
And yes, we can actually dodge Hydras. So let's smack that around. Hey Kenny, how's it going? I mean, it's still impacted by the base speed of the weapon. So Duress or Fortitude are our only armor options for damage, sort of. I mean, plus skills can add damage as well. Plus strength can add damage. But as far as just like, we are directly giving you a good chunk of damage, those are going to be your two main options. Surely a werewolf druid could use faith and get that sweet aura. Yeah, they could also use a... I'm forgetting the name of it. Beast. You just got to hell with your summon necro, and you're farming nightmares still for gear, but you're finding it tedious to farm. Should you just make a sorceress and do that? You could probably, if you're over level 60, you can probably handle hell as a summoner. Been playing Lost Ark? Hey, I keep hearing people mentioning that and asking my opinion of it. If it wasn't an MMO, I would 100% consider it. But I don't do... If it's the game I think it is, I might be thinking of a different game. But I generally don't do MMOs because, one, they're bad for me mentally. But... And yes, what I play is partially considered by what's good and bad for me mentally. They are teleporting like crazy. That's not good. It's not a good sign, sir. I'll wager a buck. Trebek. Okay. That's going to be a trash jewel. Lava gouts are fun. I actually like lava gouts. A lot of people give me crap about using them so often. Yes, laying on hand is usually better. But lava gouts means that I don't have to sit there and worry about recasting enchant whenever it runs out. Which is appeals to my I don't feel like paying attention to that streak. If I can have something automated do it and it's half the level that it is with active casting, I'm probably going to use it. Let's go ahead and show that. Why is everything jumping around? There we go. Assassin class is so boring. I wouldn't say it's unplayable. Some people struggle with it, but it's honestly one of the easier classes to get through the game with once you get used to it. That said, if you're playing on console, it becomes a bigger pain in the ass, because the aiming part of that is kind of garbage. You get more ED with lava and AR, then +2 bow glows with 20% IAS. Maybe. But you can also cast enchant with, say, like, Demon Limb and stuff like that. If you really want to, like, min-max the stuff. And the main reason to go for plus skill gloves is actually for the damage part of it. The attack rating aspect, usually not worth focusing on. I keep hearing that I should be trying, Lost Ark and Genshin Impact. But I know Genshin Impact is just a gacha. A gacha game, which is just suck your money down kind of situation.
I need a key.
And I don't mind getting the extra levels here. The main reason why you'd want to actually go for rare gloves with that as well is you actually get resist too. Got to go to bed early. Have a good one, Unicycle. Rest well, and I will likely see you on the next stream, which we'll be doing Saturday. I might have some streams on other platforms between now and then, though. You use your assassin as a pack mule? To each their own. Okay, so it's going to... Wow, we actually got the waypoint early. That means we're going to get the exit late. Okay, so we got a Fanatic, I believe.
Not enough mana.
There you go. Nice. And we will refill our mana potions. Yep. Too bad no console release. Yeah. Genshin is for the waifu hunters. I guess. I've been tempted to give away some of the free codes I have for it, because I know that there's probably people who follow me that actually play it. Let's go ahead and get some more dexterity, a little bit more multi-shot. I want to get up to 10 arrows at least. And yeah, Phoenix Strike does have one nice advantage, by the way, in that it is multi-elemental, which means that you don't have to worry about immunities for pretty much any reason. And one bad part about the mercenary glitching himself is that these will not go after him, so we're kind of stuck dealing with them ourselves. And that crystal sword can only be up to 3 socket, unfortunately. You weren't too fond of Genshin Impact, honestly, but you didn't really play a lot, but nothing caught your attention as why to keep playing. I can understand that. I know that some streamer friends of mine have been like completely and utterly hooked on it, though. Karen and I especially was pretty hooked on it for a while. I don't think Cass played a lot of it. And a few other smaller streamers. I guarantee you most of you have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't think Wander ended up playing it either. I need to put commands for some of the Twitch streamers that I enjoy watching on there. There are commands on the bot for actually requesting the links to people I mentioned. Like Riss would be on there. Let's go ahead and back up. There you go. And yeah, they are going to just straight up chase me because they can't see the mercenary. Haha. And I could use that shrine now that I think about it, but it's a little late. The idea of Genshin's cool, but it's not your type of game. I'm not a big fan of gacha games. Lost Ark has been just a pleasant joy. Combat is fun, and questing is a lot of fun and easy because the game really clearly shows you where you need to go. Oh, that's actually a nice thing to have. You have a 71 Necro, 70 Barbarian, 45 Druid, but you'll try a martial arts with Assassin. Trap is the easiest, but martial arts has been getting a lot of attention lately, so I should probably be jumping on that. Extra strong, extra fast, extra dead is what you are. Wow, mercenary pathfinding. You are a champ. Come on, mercenary. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Now, do we cheese Mephisto? Sure, why not? Am I too late? Am I really too late, Mephisto? Is he teleporting? Yeah, he's teleporting. Come on, Mephisto. Don't teleport on me. Come on. Get up here. You're supposed to be on this side of the bridge. Don't tell me you can't pathfind around a corner. Come on. Dingleberries! Come on. Ow. He can't see my mercenary. I mean, I could just face tank him, but I don't want to. I want him to stay right there. Stop shooting the mercenary. Wow. He can pathfind around there just fine whenever... Jesus Christ, you asshole. Mercenary, stop walking into shit. He can't even see you. Come on, Mephisto. Come up here. I swear, this is the most trouble I've had getting him to not pathfind. I mean, it's like, seriously, usually he just stands there and waits for you to get to the other side. But he is... Did they update his AI and nothing else? Oh, Lord all frickin' mighty. Fine, I will stand around the corner. Mercenary, kill him. Let's see. Go to your quest and hit locate, and they there you go. It's really cool how they made the systems. Metal only high character is your druid. Rolling something else because you hate it takes like, oh, what? It takes 45 minutes for you to kill a boss with a druid? Just walk up to it and tornado it. You're fine. You do need resist for that, unfortunately. Yeah, Eisenheart is actually going to, Eisenheart, the chess piece is going to be probably the most common drop you will see in the entire game, as far as something that's not magical, because breastplates are in so many treasure classes. If Blizz were to nerf Cathan's, Gledclaw's, and Eisenheart's drop rates, you would actually be happy. I could use an angelic ring for once. For some reason, they're just not dropping. Oh, hi. You decided to come around the corner finally. I just literally just let the mercenary poke him in the face because, frankly, Mephisto is deciding he doesn't want to come to the river. There you go. Now we can cheese him this way. And he's not going to be able to do anything about it because he can't actually see me from here. You're not just put into a world overloaded with complicated systems and spending X amount of time looking at windows with text. Ah. Which is one of the big issues with a lot of MMOs. For me, another issue with MMOs is monthly fees, but I don't think that has it. Best rune you found so far is Maul on Nightmare. I have found several low runes. I have not really found much else besides that. I found some pole, but low is for some reason what keeps dropping, and I don't... The only other thing I need with a low is going to be a grief. And I already have the low for that, so if it drops me another one, I'm going to get pissed. What I need is all my other freaking runes. Give me some Vexes and some Alms. Those I use actually a lot. I am vexed by my lack of Vex. Oh, and we forgot to turn in Lamb Essam's tome. It's just kind of like just chilling in our inventory, like, nah. It's fine, we'll be okay. It's alright. Okay, so we need to build up strength for that. Do we have enough dexterity for that? Almost, actually. Let's see. Lost Ark, as far as you know, is going to be free. Is it following kind of like the, whatchamacallit system, the Path of Exile? Out of curiosity. 93 Blizz, so 91 Hammer, 92 Smiter, 91 Lightning, 90 Summon, 89 Wind, 91 Trapson. Making all the characters. And we are playing Diablo 2, as usual on this channel. I will be doing other action RPGs. As I keep saying that, but I'm not sure if it's getting through, but we will be looking at some other ones. Alcor's like, where's my book? I'll bring it to you when I feel like it. How do you like your trap?
All this trouble over a tattered book.
Traps can be pretty nice. Let's go ahead and grab that. We'll finish all of our quests in Act 3. Still have our imbues for like every single one of these characters because we haven't been using them. I need to probably start doing those. Get my diadems together and start doing the crafting there. You got Haemos' Adamant Curious from Mephisto. I mean, I keep them, but I don't really ever use them. That tells you about how good they are. But anyway, back to Act 4. We're gonna at least get through Diablo today. I am feeling a little bit fatigued because it's kind of warm in here. Which is weird because it's not warm outside. Where do you find good bows? Off of enemies. Or you make them with rune words. There's a few good rune words that you can use as well. We're actually about at the level for that, aren't we? Yeah, we're 23. So we're getting close to using Edge instead of Arctic Horn. Let's see. Same, why do you have a Bone Necro and Summon Necro? So, who doesn't love Corpse Explosion? Corpse Explosion is a ton of fun. I don't like having to juggle skills to like fully optimize for it, but it is a very fun skill. I am level 23. I need level 25 to use the bigger bow. If you had to pick only 3 PC games, you would pick Diablo 2, Phantasy Star Online 2, and now Lost Ark. Ah. If I had to choose 3 games to play for the rest of eternity. Ooh, that's actually a tough one. Because I don't think I could just choose 3. I mean, I used to play Final Fantasy VI every year. When you're playing when dozing off and wake up to die, maggot. Okay, who wants to take bets as to whether we have gloams in here? Probably do. Knowing my luck, we always get gloams. No, we have 2 out of 3 not gloam. Which is a good thing. How can you say no to corpse explosion? If you have to clean up afterwards, Viscera Cleanup Detail, Diablo Edition.
I need more.
And that is a boss pack, so there is a big nasty in the middle of that. We're just using multi-shot to get rid of the littles. Now we can actually focus in on the one big guy. Because they can only spit up so many... Oh, it was all healing potions. No! No! You reject those parameters? Well, I would need a tactics game, I would need an action game, and I would need a good story. Final Fantasy VI would probably be my good story. Tactics games... Oh... That'd be a tough toss-up between... There's several options, but it'd probably come down to either Tactics Ogres or... I'm sorry, Tactics Ogre or Final Fantasy Tactics. This year was Final Fantasy 1 on PS1. Final Fantasy 1 I need to revisit. I do want to do the entire Final Fantasy playthrough at some point. That would be on the Let's Play channel, not on this channel. This one is strictly action RPG and action RPG related stuff. Have I played Xenogears? A little bit. I actually have, back from whenever I was like actively collecting, I have Xenogears, I have all 3 Xenosagas, and all that stuff. I have the entire Suikoden's. If you can't tell, I'm an RPG nerd. What I used to collect was RPGs. For those of you that are curious. But the old front missions are good. The newest one on PC, that like action one that's kind of like a almost Metal Gear ripoff, not good. I mean, it's okay, but the control scheme is absolute ass. I felt like I was fighting the controls the entire time I was trying to play it.
Not enough mana.
Treasure of Rudra is pretty good. It's, the word system is a little hard to translate on it, but yeah. And then there's the whole debate for Final Fantasy Tactics, which version? Because there's multiple versions of Final Fantasy Tactics. There's War of the Lions, and there's the OG. I have the OG. I don't have... Well, I do actually have War of the Lions. I haven't played it, though, because it's on PSP. So what's better, Xenogears or Xenosaga is the question. That should be the real question. I mean, they try to. They don't quite succeed at making them like they used to. But I grew up on... The game that got me into gaming was Final Fantasy 1. I actually played Dragon Warrior after Final Fantasy 1. Ooh, there's a train coming through. Nice. Oh, wow, we are... We are pinging hard. We might be crashing. So you just found a unique armor, Scolder's Ire, Rusted Armor. Yeah, that's a fairly decent one. But yeah, the server is crapping the bed. Oh no, it's on my end. No. I just see the error now. So we're going to have stutters for just a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and flash the recording so I remember to cut this part out. Because I am recording this to put this on the other channel as well, so you guys won't have to deal with all the nonsense. Hopefully we don't get disconnected. That's the only thing I'm worried about. It's going to be stuttery for a while until it fixes itself. In fact, while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and drop in here and make sure that I am still on priority. Because, you know, other devices. I stream to Twitch, but it's not Diablo 2. It's same name on there, though. It's usually art and stuff like that. I'm thinking about possibly doing art to Twitch and doing... Oh, I'm trying to remember what the name of the... It's the one owned by Tencent, which is kind of unnerving, but there is another stream service I've thought about doing the other games on. Super Mario RPG is pretty good. The timing stuff kind of eats me up a little bit, but it's okay. It just means I gotta get good before I play it. I have Paper Mario I have Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door as well. Wi-Fi. Set priority device. Bonk. The Amazon is actually going to be a hybrid. It's going to be bow and javelin. If the frankly irritating internet decides to be less irritating, that is. But let's go ahead and just continue with this with our 1000 ping. Which is all kinds of lovely. It's kind of sad that we are doing just fine with a 1000 ping. Come on. It's like... it's a second between click and action. If it doesn't like fix itself fairly soon, we are probably going to have to call it for the night. Which kind of sucks, because I was kind of hoping to get through Act 4 at the very least. But we'll give it about, I want to say 5 minutes. And if it doesn't fix itself, we'll just have to call it a stream, I guess. But we're going bow and javelin hybrid. So it's going to be Boazon on the Smacky Smack and Javazon for lightning damage. My upload is actually looking fine. Oh, maintenance is starting now? Lovely. It usually will pop up messages. It didn't actually pop one up. But, yeah, it's looking like it's not going to fix itself right now. What's really irritating is the upload on the stream says it's fine. The YouTube end says it's not. But I've actually got a 6,000 up going there. But my ping is not doing anything. Let's go check. Diablo Twitter. Let's just check real quick. And then we'll go to Blizzard CS. Are you on maintenance? Wow, thank you, Twitter, for loading in all the nonsense. Very, very crappily. Fuck off for just a second so I can read this. Issues seem to have been resolved. Well, they're not resolved now. No, this isn't from a VPN. Well, I mean, lagging is going to happen whenever you're playing by yourself if you're playing on the servers. If you're having issues with your connection or if they're having issues on their end. But it looks like it's not resolving. So we're going to get Iswal, and then we're going to call it a stream. I can get the waypoint off screen. That'll probably get me to the next level. But we are going to push through and get Iswal at the very least. Because frankly, I want those skill points. I mean, I don't need them. We aren't going to need them until like later whenever we're actually investing in javelins and stuff. But I want to get up to 10 arrows, and that should be about it. I don't know if it's just me. If some of you are actually playing right now and can tell me if you are lagging too, that would be awesome. Your wife has complained a lot about her videos having issues uploading on YouTube. I haven't really had too many issues right now, but for about, I want to say, probably a good 6 months in 2019, I was having issues where the videos would corrupt about a year after being uploaded and would just turn solid green with the audio just fine. But no, this is my connection. This is not a YouTube issue, unfortunately. Otherwise, I could be justifiably cranky with them, but unfortunately, we cannot be justifiably cranky with them. Ow! Oh, we got chilled. Because I thought I was not going to get hit by that. Yay, the getting hit from across the screen nonsense. Hey, mercenary, come over here and actually fight Iswal. Stop wandering off over the other things. Oh, what? We're just going to keep stabbying right now. But sorry for the bad connection, and I can tell people are having to leave. Oh, okay. Yeah, viewership just dropped by like 2/3. Sorry. But yeah, after we kill Iswal, we'll call it a stream. Because it's not a pleasant experience for you guys, and having 1,000 ping is not pleasant for me either. So, it's kind of frustrating. But it happens sometimes. Do all the stream videos get uploaded to YouTube? You just like watching them? The streams that we've done so far as the other characters, are on the stream feed here. There actually will be a stream feed for this one as well. I am going to actually be uploading the Amazon one specifically to the Let's Play channel as well. Well, right now we don't have any charge strike. We're just stabbing Iswal to death slowly but surely. But yeah, we're going to be using multi-shot for crowds and charge strike for bosses. But yeah, all the stream videos stay available on this channel right now. And I will be uploading this like cut up versions of the Amazon at the very least over on Let's Play Everything, which you can find a link for on the channel page here. It'll be kind of towards the bottom. And we'll probably, maybe, also upload uncommentated eventually as well. depending on how things go. Well, there's also errors coming up on my end as well, saying that my upload speed is not feeding YouTube enough data. So yeah, after we kill Iswal, it's going to be a good evening for us. I might do a bonus stream since we're having to cut this one short. Maybe on